Hello there everybody, this is Graham, also known as the Collector 75, and welcome to the first of my Transformers Redo or Redux reviews. I wasn't ever really planning on doing any of these, not until really I ran out of figures, but I've got quite a lot, so I didn't think that would happen for a while. But someone else had pointed out that obviously my camera's a lot better now and everything like that, so I thought, you know what? I thought I'd do a request, and a few people have requested a few figures. But the first one I wanted to do was this one, because these are some of my favourite figures, actually. These are, of course, the European Generation 2 Stormtroopers. And these came out, I believe, it was about 1992 or 1993, somewhere around then, with the beginnings of the Generation 2 line. Just before the actual Generation 2 hit, we'll say America, for example. We did get these as part of the G1 line in Europe, because most of my Aqua Speeders, which are the Autobot counterparts, I've got them on Generation 1 style cards. They did also get re-released for Generation 2. But these were European exclusive figures. They didn't get a release anywhere in the world, I believe. They certainly weren't released in America, which is a shame, because as far as I'm concerned, these were better than the Aqua Speeders, which did get a release in America. But I'll come on to those at the end of this review. Right, we're going to start with, I think we're going to start with this guy. As far as I know, this guy is the leader of these Stormtroopers. This guy is called Rage. Now, I'm not quite sure, maybe someone can correct me out there, but I believe this guy was also sold as Aquanaut, which is quite a kind of cool name, actually. But I've not really seen any proof or indication of this, but who knows, maybe someone out there knows. I haven't actually checked Wiki, really. I should have really checked that, you never know, it might be on there. Anyway, he is based on some kind of, I'm not quite sure, maybe a Ferrari or something like that. And I think he's really damn good. I love the way they did the chrome paint on the wheels to give him look like he's got alloy wheels. Absolutely fantastic. I love the, you got his bellows here, which is going to shoot water. Because obviously the gimmick with these cars is they can fire water. You can suck up, sort of like if you put it in water, suck up water into this tube and then you could fire it out. And as long as it was warm water, what would happen then is, if I can do it, if you heat up the bonnets of all these cars, it becomes like damage, because they were supposed to like fire acid at each other, and as you can see, heating it up causes this to turn green, which is a really cool gimmick, if you want me, if you ask me. Actually pretty damn cool. Anyway, right, so let's transform this guy. He had quite a few stickers, actually. Obviously not a robot in disguise, with Transformers emblazoned on his side. Right, so we're going to transform this. I haven't transformed this for quite a while, so I may actually forget how to transform it. But bear with me. Right, so we're going to bring this through there. That's going to come as a weapon just a bit later on. Then what do? We open out the arms, like so. I think we then got to get them at a funny angle, allowing the bonnet section to fold down. And then we got to... It can be a little bit funny, and I'm always a little bit worried about breaking it, because I think it probably is a little bit broken anyway, by the looks of that. Flip out his little toes, and then you've got his little arms just in there, like that. And there we have Rage in robot mode. I'm a little bit worried about that, actually. I didn't even notice that was broken before, but it's almost broken now. But that is Rage in robot mode. What you do with his little gun, he's got a little hole on the roof of his car, and you can sort of fit this in a way like that, and then you sort of fold this around. Bloody hell. Put that in his hand, but it puts enormous stress on the actual plastic part of that. So what I'm going to do, just to show it, is he puts this in his little hand like that, and he's got his little handgun, which is probably the weaker of all of these, actually. I kind of like it. I wish they'd just managed to like put holes somewhere in his arm so it just looks like on his arm or something, because it does put enormous stress on that, and after a while that is going to crack and break and everything. But that is Rage. And he's pretty good. I love the head sculpt. The head sculpts on all these actually were really, really good. Some definite strange heads on all these, especially the European Generation 2 line. They did have some very, very strange heads. We're going to come on to this guy now. This is Hydra Dread. He also was, as far as I know, sold as Hydra Shark. And I prefer the name Hydra Shark, mainly because if you look at the front of the car, it does kind of resemble a shark's head. And I thought that was pretty cool. Again, painted chrome on there. Brilliant. So it looks like he's got alloy wheels. Fantastic. I'm not quite sure if he's based on it kind of looks like a Le Mans style car. You know, not too bad really at all. Pretty damn good. Again, if you heat up the front bonnet of the car, it will sort of like turn a greenish colour. Anyway, we're going to transform this guy now. This is one of my favourites in robot mode actually. We're going to take his little gun out. There he is, almost done actually. Next thing we do is we fold out the arms, like so, flip down the bonnet. Oh yeah, he's got a little waist piece just in there. So flip that down, and there we have the arms, like that, and these will have an extra joint just in there. Oh, bloody hell, they're stiff joints though. And then what you do is you take his gun, because he's got a nice little holder like that, and you can hold this, and I do like this gun. I think it's a brilliant gun, to be honest. He looks really good, I do like it. It doesn't have no toes that flip down like Rage. It would have been kind of cool if it did have that. But he does have a great head sculpt with some great light piping, because you can see his eyes glowing now. These are absolutely brilliant, and I love that head sculpt because it kind of looks like Jason out of Friday the 13th. I think they had some brilliant head sculpts, these Transformers. He does come a little bit front heavy with his guns, but you can use that to balance him out, which is pretty cool. Then we're going to come to this guy. This is Aqua Blast, I believe, and he does look like a proper typical Le Mans style car. Again, alloy sort of wheels, absolutely brilliant. He's got his little, this would have been probably a spoiler if it'd been a real car, but obviously this doubles up as his Aqua Blast gun. Again, I can't fault it. I really do like these cars, to be honest. You take the weapon off, and he's got quite a simple transformation. Just fold out the little legs like that. But then, before we can actually fully transform these, you need to start moving other certain bits of this car out. Like you've got to start rotating the bonnet. Then it allows you to pull out the arms, and then as you're doing that, you can then finish rotating the bonnet around, as long as you've cleared out all the other parts. So once you've got to that stage, you can then finish rotating the feet around. Then at the back here, you rotate the roof assembly all the way around. It comes a little bit fiddly because some bits do hit and it can be get in the way of each other. Anyway, once you've done that, you just flip the head down, and there we have it. That is Aqua Blast in robot mode. He has a few little holes just on the inside of his hands. I don't know if he's going to show up too well. There we go. And then he can hold double-handedly his gun in both hands, if you can get him in there. Like that. And it's probably the weaker of the lot, if I'm honest. But he does have another cool head sculpt with some amazing light piping in there. I'm going to put him aside. And we're going to come on to one of my favourites. This one, it said on an old description of this that I've got, that I had printed off the internet a very long time ago, probably about 1996 maybe. They use a Dodge Viper, a marine blue Dodge Viper, but if he does, I'm not quite sure about that. To me, he looks more like an Audi R, is it an R8 or something like that, to be honest, but this guy was made a long time before that ever came out. I love the wheels on this. I love how they put slick on the actual wheels. I'm just going to zoom in too well on that. There we go. It just looks really good. I love this compact car. It's actually really, really good. We're going to transform this. I cannot remember how to transform it, so we're just going to, it can't be that hard. Going to pull his little weapon system out, and then that allows us to get the legs out. They're just going to rotate around, flip out his little toes. Then what we're going to do is we get these little arms. They're going to do something. I'm not quite sure what yet. I'm going to flip them down. Oh, that's it. Then we open out the doors, or we start moving this around. It's always hard because you can never remember exactly how these are supposed to go. Here we go. Because they're very old, and I don't want to break them. These aren't too expensive on eBay. There we go. That just clips in there. And that was it. I don't think, does this roof section, I believe, yes, the roof section does rotate around as well, so it isn't hidden behind his head. Like that. Then you can just move the arms around as you please. He doesn't get a lot of articulation in his arms, unfortunately, but he does have a nice little post just there that will fit into his hand. And there we go, that is Aqua Blast in robot mode. Is it Aqua Blast? No, that's Aqua Blast. This must be, we have, oh, the name escapes me. I should remember the name. This is not Aqua, that's Aqua Blast. Hydra Shark. It will come back to me, don't you worry about that. Right, so I just went and checked the names, and I realised that this guy is actually supposed to be Hydra Dread, or also known as Hydra Shark, but considering I still believe that should be Hydra Shark, because the front of his car just looks like a shark head. Yeah, so this guy is supposed to be Hydra Dread, or Hydra Shark. This guy is called Drench. So yeah, I mean, other than that, let's just take a quick look at his head sculpt. There it is. It's pretty good. I mean, I do love this. I put the Generation 2 Decepticon logos on these guys, and they're pretty damn good. I do like them. They're not too expensive. Anyway, as a little bonus, I thought I'd bring on these two guys. These are the only other two loose ones. These are the American colour changes for Generation 2. What they did, they took the Aqua Speeders from the European releases, all 4 of them, and then separated 2 Autobot and 2 Decepticon. These are the only 2 loose versions that I've got. I believe I've got the other 2, but on cards. I can't remember offhand if I have. I'm sure I have, because I haven't been looking for them for a few years, and usually I try and get as many figures as I could. So I assume I've got them. Anyway, this is Jetstorm. He is a Decepticon, and this is GoBots, a strange name. I think it was rumoured that they called them GoBots to try and secure the copyright, because I think they just acquired, is it Tonka at the time or something like that, or Hasbro did, and just to secure the name, copyrighted the name GoBots for a later usage, probably something like that. I don't know. Right, anyway, we're going to start with the Autobot one then. So this is GoBots, and he's not too bad. He's got a little sticker peeling off the front. He's got like loads of gold stickers. It's exactly the same as the European release, but probably a different colour. I can't remember offhand. I've got all them, but they're on all cards, so I can't remember to open the cards, otherwise I would have done a review on them. To transform this guy, he is some sort of, I'm not quite sure, is he some sort of off-road sort of type car? I'm not quite sure. But anyway, we're going to take that off. Got quite an easy transformation, this guy. Just going to open that out. Open these out. And then you just rotate the front of the bonnet section around. Why doesn't this one move? There we go. As you do that, you come around to the back of the car and then just start rotating the roof around. You can move his head back to allow it clearance. And while this is in position, you can just straighten up the arms and everything, and then flip his head forward. Rotate his arms. His arms are only going to have articulation at the elbow, unfortunately. Then with his giant gun, you're just going to comes with a movable piece that just goes on there, and then we fit that into his little hand, and then that becomes his little like shoulder cannon, which is pretty cool. He's all right. He's not probably the best one, but definitely not the worst. He's got quite a cool little head sculpt there. Really, really cool. And then this guy is Jetstorm. He's like a black dune buggy. I can't remember what colour the original Autobot one was, but he looks pretty damn cool to me. Can't really say too much about him really, because that's all he is. Again, this whole section here, if you heat that up, turns like a whitish green colour. Right, we're going to take this little piece off the bottom here. Like so, and then that just comes off the back. That's going to come his weapon. We just grab the legs, rotate them forward, put the little toes forward, come to this section around here, flip it back, move the arms, start moving all the arms out and everything. That comes round, and then that will just got a little tab there, and that little plugs into the back. Rotate the arms around. It's only going to have articulation there, roughly the shoulder joint. Then, as you can see, it's got 2 little holes. This then connects in. You've just got to do it this sort of way. That will plug into the back, and then you rotate this around, and that will plug into his hand. And again, it puts enormous stress on the rubber pipe. There's no way you could have fired that, because obviously it would have been blocked up in robot mode anyway. I don't like keeping it like that for too long. It's got a cool little robot mode, but obviously articulation wise he ain't going to do a lot. But that is the Generation 2 Stormtroopers with a couple of the American colour changing robots. All in all, I really do like these figures. They are some of my favourite G2. Posability is obviously more like G1, but some of my favourites. Anyway, I hope you liked my first Redo, or Redux, I don't know how it's pronounced, review. Like I say, I've got a few more coming. I've already had a request for Overlord, which is definitely one. I've got this actually here somewhere, so I'm going to do that soon. And I had a request also, the same guy requested Star Saber and Victory Leo and that, so I might do them again once I figure out how to do them, because they're quite big figures. Any others I've got planned? I might be doing some sort of collection video again, but I'll see how that works out. Anyway, this has been Grind, Collect 75, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.